According to Sports Illustrated, 78% of NFL players, when they come out of retirement within the first year or two, go bankrupt or have financial difficulty. Andre, help us understand that. The average American, we've been through a financial crisis, they're struggling to keep a job and put food on the table.
Right.
It's kind of hard to be sympathetic.
Absolutely. Well, one of the things that people don't understand is that so many athletes are so ill prepared to go into the workforce, and many of them are financially illiterate. And it's not just their fault. One of the issues is that they really have to focus so much on the athletic side and the physical side to make it to the pros, to make it to the highest level of the profession, that they're really left behind in business skills and life skills. So when they get a check, they may not know exactly what to do with that check. So they have to go into some kind of experience where they can learn how to effectively manage finances and manage their lives beyond football.
Well, they get out of school so young because they're drafted earlier, so they hope, right? And it's almost like the lottery syndrome. Tell you what, if I won the lottery tomorrow, I don't think the first thing I'd be thinking about is going to my financial advisor. No, I'm in finance. It's just got to be so headstrong for a young kid. So Anthony, explain to us how team services, what was the genesis of it, and how are you helping the players, and how is the NFL working with players?
Well, I think first of all is I've gotten involved with Andre and the team concept. It's about, okay, now we have an entity here where we can hopefully draw these former athletes. We can maybe recruit the kids that are, their eligibility is running out as college players and they're looking for a job opportunity, and then train them. And that's, Andre talks about, not knowing. I mean, I know for me, growing up a single mom, not a whole lot, all of a sudden I signed in the NFL and you got this big check. What do you do? I mean, there's kids that were graduating at the same time I was. They're going into business. They're learning all those skills. And I'm sitting there having to make decisions where I've never, we went paycheck to paycheck to buy groceries. So hopefully we can draw from those athletes, give them an opportunity to train them, to employ them, and also train them to hopefully be managers in the company.
Well, it's really exciting because you can retire in early 30s. You've made some money for financially prepared. Then you have the opportunity to complete your education.
Absolutely.
I mean, I would love to have that opportunity.
Right.
Now, what can the NFL do in addition to team services to help the guys? Because you can't force someone to take, here's 50% of your check. It's going into some sort of trust, and you'll get it when you retire. They can't do that.
Absolutely. Well, I believe, and team believes, that if you fail to prepare, you're preparing to fail. So what we want to do is have our guys prepare themselves for the time when their athletic career is over. So the larger part of their career is going to be their second career after they finish. Most guys retire at 28, 30, 35 years old. That's really, really young. Most people are just getting started in life. Team allows for athletes to have a transitional stepping stone towards a better life for their business future, and maybe some will be a career person in team services.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's great that you're out there to offer the help. So in honor of Super Bowl week in the heart of Times Square, we have to know, is Peyton going to take it in Eli's house or Seattle? Everyone wants to know.
Well, since Anthony is the expert, I'll go first. I'll say this. I know that Peyton is the people's choice right now, and a lot of people are rooting for him. But I will say this. If Seattle's defense gets emotional and they really get a bead on Peyton, I think it'll be very difficult for the Denver Broncos to beat Seattle. So I think it's going to be Seattle.
I agree with the defensive end of it. I think they have a great defense. But going to the other side, not only do you have the Peyton factor, but I like the matchups that Peyton has with Decker and with Welker and with Thomas and the running back Ball and Marino. So I like Peyton Manning.
Well, it's interesting for me because our fantasy football team, Peyton was my quarterback, and our defense was Seattle. So this is going to be very exciting to watch.
That's great.
From the NASDAQ market site, I'm Jill Malandrino for TheStreet.